What's going on, guys? Your host Ron C, and this is the You Won't Say It, I Will podcast. How you doing out there, guys? You can find me on social media, Instagram, You Won't Say It, I Will. You can find me on YouTube, You Won't Say It, I Will podcast. You can find me on Twitter, YWSIIW podcast, and you can find me on all podcasts, most podcasts, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play. And search You Won't Say It, I Will. Happy 4th of July. 4th of July, everybody. Excuse me, guys. I'm a little slightly under the weather, so I'm going to try to speak as good as I can. I want to produce a good show for you guys. I didn't do one last week. A lot of things going on. Also went to Virginia Beach. Only really went for a day. A few of us, my uncle, buddy of his, we rode down on our bikes. For some of you guys that don't know me, from Delaware, so it's about like a 4-hour ride. Just straight down Route 13, and went over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge and stuff. And I've been on that bridge plenty of times. Been over in the semi, in a car. But it's pretty cool going over the bridge on the bike. Yeah, we rode down there. Went to go see my uncle's grandfather and stuff, and nice little quick getaway, nothing crazy. Just the guys. But yeah, we had a good time though. Got a crazy tan. Weather was good. Didn't end up with no rain or anything like that. It was so hot that of course, there's always a chance of, but it didn't do anything. So that was always good. Same with the ride going back. Ride going back was good, and people like me just love to ride, be on the bike, man. I'll ride anywhere. I haven't rode in a long distance like that in a little while, so kind of kick my ass a little bit, but hey, I'm not complaining because I get to ride, and it is what it is. But yeah, happy 4th of July, everybody. Hope you guys have a good time out there today with your family and whoever you kicking it with. Go out, see some fireworks. People probably starting up the grills. I don't need a holiday to start up the grill, but it's one of the few holidays. This Memorial Day, Labor Day, people like to start the grills and stuff. But yeah, let's get out there having a good time. Not sure where you listen to, but here I know it's supposed to be a good day. Supposed to be another chance of a heat wave again. This thing is supposed to be like day 2, and it's supposed to be a hot day, and always talk about chance of thunderstorms, blah blah blah, this and that. But I think we'll be good. It's summertime, so I don't complain on everything. I would take summer all year around. I do not do 20-degree weather. I will not move anywhere that's just colder than what it is here in the winter. Cold all year round, like the Dakotas and Wyoming and stuff like that. Colorado, where summers are a lot short. Colorado is known to get snow in May. At least I don't have that here. But yeah, like I said, happy 4th of July. So I've been trying to wait. I wanted to put this podcast out yesterday. But that didn't happen. And only because I'm just trying to wait with this damn NBA free agency. It's just fucking crazy. And of course, you already know what I'm going to say, I'm sure. I'm just waiting, just like everybody else is. I was hoping by the time I went to go record this that Kahwi Leonard, I was hoping that he would come up with a decision on what team he's going to play with. So, of course, if for some reason you don't know, he has a chance of re-signing with the Raptors, of course, for the max deal. And also, he wants to go back to L.A., where he's from. And, L.A. has 2 basketball teams. You got the Los Angeles Clippers, and you got my team, the Los Angeles Lakers. So he went to have a meeting with both of them, of course. Like I say, he wants to go back home, wants to play back home, which is cool. They both have the money to do max deals. So Has the meeting with them. I think he just had that was early in the week or during the weekend. He just had the meeting with the Raptors, which I thought was supposed to be Tuesday, but it looked like it was yesterday because it was all over sports news and stuff. They had like helicopters and shit and drones following them, and it was supposed to be secretive. And now, from what news reports is coming out with, that it's supposed to be between the Raptors and the Lakers now. I think the Lakers are always high on the list, but now that the meetings and stuff came out, it seems like it's pretty much true that they are high on the list. I think Raptors are second on the list, and now it's starting to come out that I think the Clippers are just out of it. Not because I'm a Lakers fan, but I don't think the Clippers should really have been in it like that. I understand if the Clippers were on the team or something, maybe he's doing this to be fair. Maybe since LA does have two teams, have an interview with both of them. Okay, that's fine. That's legit. They have the money. But Clippers might have maybe the all-around team, like a bench, a couple little starters, not star players like the Lakers. And versus the Lakers, you have the star players. You have Anthony Davis with the trade we just did a couple weeks ago. You have LeBron, Kuzma, which is an up and coming star. And yeah, that's all we really have. We really don't have the bench right now, especially if we get Kahwi Leonard. We're really not gonna have the bench like that. So it's gonna be pretty hard. Pretty sure we'll probably be the worst team out here with the bench. But when it comes to starters and stars and still able to produce and win games, probably won't be blowouts just because we don't have the backup. But I'm not worried about blowouts because the win's a win. But I really, when it comes down to it, I really think he should sign with the Lakers, and I would say that by any team. When it came down to with KD, when he wanted to leave Oklahoma, and I think Lakers weren't on the list. That was Paul George. Paul George was on that list. I think I was even saying that. I was like, look, this is before even LeBron, I think, even signed. That's why they signed LeBron. And, I was like, man, we should really get Paul George. Obviously that didn't happen. I think something happened with the pitch. And of course, I think he was trying to get LeBron and Paul George together. But if it came down to one of the two, I actually would have picked Paul George. But that didn't happen. But as of right now, Kahwi Leonard has had all his meetings. He's supposed to be in the next 24 hours or something come out with a decision. We're all tired of fucking waiting. We all have our own lives and shit like that, but I definitely know he's not gonna come out with a decision today. He's probably gonna go fucking be with some family somewhere, I'm sure, and this and that. But I do believe he probably will come out with a decision sometime tomorrow, right for the weekend. That's what a lot of people end up doing anyway. Whether you come out with a decision on a Tuesday or whatever, but usually it's not during the weekend too much. Yeah, let's hope he does join the Lakers. I think it would be a good look. I don't see anything wrong with him going back to Toronto, but if he goes back to Toronto, that actually wouldn't be honestly a bad look for him. And if you really break it down, is Toronto is Eastern Conference. Okay, so in the Eastern Conference, now you have KD over there, which I talk about a little bit with Kyrie and the Brooklyn Nets. You still have the Celtics, which are a viable team. They have Kemba Walker. Yeah, Kemba Walker now, and I think they have Cantor too. But Celtics are all, even with Kyrie leaving, I think they still would have been a viable team, but they definitely made up for sure with the whole getting Kemba Walker to replace him. A lot of people for some reason are not remembering the Indiana Pacers, because I guess after Oladipo got injured last year, they did go down He was definitely missed a lot on the team. They definitely needed him, but you got to remember that he was injured. Now we have a new year coming up. He will be back. Indiana Pacers are definitely a team to look out for in the East, just the East alone. I wouldn't say in the whole NBA, but definitely the East for sure. But you really don't have no other teams. You have the Sixers. The Sixers are definitely made some moves. They signed Ben Simmons to that extension, 170 mil, I think 4 or 5 years. They have Al Horford, which I actually don't think was a bad move. I think that was the only guy that could really, for the most part, stop. Joel Embiid. And since they have him on that team, it's not really a lot of people that really can stop him, like that. You might have DeAndre Jordan a little bit that could slow him down, but Al Horford for somehow, some way got in his head. Even in regular season and the playoffs, he was the only person that really could get in his head, stop him, slow him down, all that shit. Now he's on the same team. They can really make some noise. I don't think the Heat, since the Heat got Jimmy Butler now, I don't think the Heat's really gonna do still too much. Jimmy Butler, to me, isn't. Jimmy Butler really isn't that. He's a good player. Of course, I would take him. Shit, if he came to LA, I would have been just as happy as anybody else coming. But with him going to the Heat, it's really just him. I don't really think they have anybody like that. Just be him. That's cool. He'd be the main guy there, the man, the star. Which I'm sure a lot of guys like. Me personally, the money's always going to come regardless. These guys get paid. That 200 million, 150, 170, stuff like that, $1 million contracts are always going to come, especially if you're a top rated star like that. But I'm shooting and jumping for rings. And now to speak on KD, I don't blame KD for leaving OKC and go to the Warriors. So what, the team came back on y'all and beat you, and people want to call you a bandwagoner or you jump ship to the team that beat you, but so what? OKC didn't go undefeated in the regular season, so you shouldn't join on those teams that beat them. You know what I'm saying? You was up 3-1. That's your fault that you lost 3 games straight. Not saying don't give no credit to Golden State, but you obviously let them come back 3 games straight to win that year, and that's on you. But yeah, I don't blame Kevin Durant to do that. He did his thing. He won his 2 rings, and it is what it is. Obviously, Golden State was able to do it without him with no problem that year. I think that's the same year they broke the record for the most wins and all that. So now, with KD leaving now, going to Brooklyn Nets with Kyrie. I don't know if I really like this too much. I was actually kind of hoping he stayed with the Golden State Warriors. I don't think he should with the Brooklyn. It's not because of the money thing, because I think he was going to get probably another 40, 50 million or something like that. Maybe more than that. It's all give or take. But he's supposed to make more if he stayed with Golden State. But he took a pay cut to go with Brooklyn. Play with Kyrie. Kyrie is just as fucking weird as Kawhi, just as fucking weird as KD himself. Definitely 2 different personalities, but 2 different weird personalities. So I don't really think. I don't know. I don't know how this is really going to turn out like this. Of course, you got 2 superstars now. Of course, people can fight and say, well, how's LeBron and AD gonna play together? They're 2 stars, blah blah blah. But they're not 2 head cases, and I think that's what it comes down to. I think it all comes down to how people personalities are when you play together. I think it comes down to, you know, how you interact with other people, how you are as just an individual. And anybody who even knows these two, just of course what you see off TV. Of course, nobody knows them personally, but just what you just see and what they show us, the type of person that they are. I just don't think it's going to work. But it's definitely going to be a team to watch. The Nets are definitely going to make some money for sure. I'm pretty sure they fucking selling out tickets already. And I don't know if the fucking schedule's out, but I'm pretty sure they somehow they making money already. And that was definitely a good move to get Kyrie. And of course KD alone. And KD was once upon a time talking about going to the Knicks, and I think that would have just been just as dumb. And hopefully he sees that now, because it's starting to prove a point that the fucking Knicks couldn't even get nobody in free agency. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I'm sorry. They got Julius Randle. Oh, okay, cool. Wow. All right, who gives a fuck? I mean, Julian Randle's cool. I had nothing against Julian Randle, but the type of team that y'all are, like, y'all are a big powerhouse name, just like the Lakers are. One of the most legendary arenas alone, not just for sports, just period. Not in the country, probably even in the whole world. And you guys couldn't land one star, like star. AD made it known he didn't want to go there. Luckily he didn't. KD didn't give them the opportunity to even have a meeting with them. And I think other people are not even other free agents, and not just stars, just other free agents are not even giving them meetings and stuff. Sources say that Kawhi had a meeting with them, but the Knicks actually backed out. I think there's more to the story to that. But either way, even they did have a meeting, even Kawhi did go there and have a meeting with them. I don't think he would have went there. Kawhi is weird, but usually with a lot of weird people, you get, smart people, when it comes to certain things. And I think Kawhi is smart enough to know he shouldn't have went there if he did have a meeting with the Knicks. But another thing with KD too, the one thing I don't get, man, as I spoke, I think, a few weeks ago when I had my boy John on, KD's a bitch, man. Like, I'm sorry, not sorry. I mean, this dude, I never met a more soft ass dude in my life, and it's no way that you come out, you just making up excuses on why you wanted to leave. Dude, whatever the fucking reason is, just say what the reason is why you wanted to leave, period. If you wanted to leave because you just didn't want to play there anymore and you think you got bigger and better opportunities with another team, dude, just say that. Say it doesn't matter what people say on whatever your real reason is. Just say it, stick with it, and go on with it. He's coming out with saying, well, he ain't like Steve Kerr, or Draymond and poked him in the ribs a little too much, not literally, but how Draymond came out talking about him and everything, and his little puss ass feelings and everything got all into it and all that, and you let Draymond get in your head. I'm sorry, I don't believe the whole Steve Kerr thing, that you didn't get along with Steve Kerr or you didn't fit in well with Steve Kerr. Because Steph has been there all this time. Now, Steph probably just has a good personality. He probably can get along with anybody, even somebody like Draymond. You only never hear about them fighting or whatever, like this and that. I'm pretty sure he's bumped heads with him, but the way Steph's personality is, he probably just can get along with pretty much anybody. So even if it is something somewhat wrong with Steve Kerr, like I said, I still don't believe it. Steph has been there all this time. He's played with, Mark Jackson when they did the whole coaching change and everything. He's still been there. Never left. You don't hear much from Clay. Hell, even fucking Boogie Cousins went there, and I'm pretty sure he's not the easiest person to play with or have in the locker room, and never heard nothing from him. Hell, even Draymond. I mean, yeah, Draymond's always speaking and saying this and that, but you still haven't heard anything too much about them two like bumping heads like that. So with this whole KD thing, dude's just a softie. That's what it is, and it's no way I don't see you going to New York of all places. Now, don't get me wrong, I think the media in New York is probably one of the hardest medias out here. You ain't got to play sports to know this. You can just look at fucking pregame and definitely postgame stuff. When you look at any New York team, look at their postgame shit. I mean, these motherfuckers are real. They're just as hard as they harder, but just as hard as Philly and like Boston and shit like that. But I think the media still tend towards the New York Knicks. So that's probably the one good thing. But at the same time, they don't have any stars. And since the stars went over to Brooklyn, I don't know. Hey, I don't know. The press might start to lean towards that way, and I don't know if he's gonna be able to handle that one. I mean, he's already known to walk out of fucking interviews because somebody asked him a question. He ain't like, man. Like I don't really understand. This whole NBA thing is just crazy. But yeah, this whole Kawhi comes out with a decision soon. Hope he comes out with it tomorrow, before the weekend. Hell, fucking good luck to Kawhi. Wherever he goes, good luck to KD. Come on to the Lakers though, Kawhi. Just saying. Yeah, but that's the NBA. The NBA for you when it comes to free agency. Really, that's any free agency. You got the NFL. The NFL does, pretty much the same stuff. But I think with the NFL though, it's a little bit different. Nobody really takes a long time to say, okay, I'm going here. Okay, I'm going there. Usually it's within that first, second day. The second that the clock turns, whatever, 12 midnight or whenever the hell it usually starts, teams or people are right on it. But NBA, man, it's like fucking dramatic with everything, and I don't understand. Like, shit is fucking crazy. But hey, it is what it is. So I'm not sure if you guys are too much into the shows on Netflix like that. I'm not gonna really get into it, but I think I just found out that Stranger Things are back out, and I ain't gonna lie, judge your mom. I don't really care. I fucks with Stranger Things. So yeah, Stranger Things I believe just came back out or is about to come back. I think it just came out today. I think it just started there. I sworn to seen something on Instagram where a couple of people posted something about it, and so I think it just started up today. So if you didn't know, now you know, or even if it didn't start today, just go on Netflix and look. Pretty sure it'll be one of the first things that come up on like that little spotlight part as soon as you click on your profile, and it'll probably say what date it is if it's not today. I for some reason thought it was like next week or something like that, but I think next week or next couple of weeks. I think it's Orange is the New Black. Again, judge your mom. I don't care. I fucks with that too. But yeah, man, it's going on Netflix. Take a look. Whenever you find out, let me know if it's not today. But I'm pretty sure after I'm done doing this, I'm gonna go check it out. But so I'm not sure if you guys heard too much about. I think it was probably about a couple weeks ago. It was a young lady who's in high school, and she runs track, and apparently she's mad, not necessarily that she's lost the race, but she's mad because she would have came in, I guess, either 8th place or last place or whatever. She would have qualified. She would have came the last place to qualify, I think, for the next round or something like that. And she lost because 2 of the players are transgenders. So, since this is a female track team in this instance is two boys that were running in a girls race, but they come out as females instead. So if I'm not mistaken, I believe transgenders are pretty much what you identify as. So you still, I guess, have, whatever parts you was born with, but you take in the, I guess, the pills or the steps to, like say, transition into the opposite sex or whatever you are now. So in this case, like I said, it's a girls track team. You got two boys. I'm looking at a picture now. You got two boys who are running, and like I said, they identify as girls. So I guess in Connecticut, or I guess in this school, they are allowed to run on the girls track team since they identify as girls. So this young lady, she's now filed like a complaint. It's been over the news and shit, and I guess she's filed a complaint that why in the hell can a transgender person, aka I guess you want to say a boy, can fucking run on a girls track team? And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of agree. Now, I'm not against the whole gay or transgender thing or whatever like that. I'm gonna push that to the side right now. So the point I'm getting at with what I agree with is, I think it should strictly stay as, if it says boys whatever, it should just be boys whatever. So if you identify as boy and are a boy, if you know what I mean, you should be the ones playing in that sport, and that goes for the girls also. Now, to bring back the transgenders, understand that you do identify as, whatever you're identifying as, but in this instance, I don't think they should be able to run with. So if you somebody identify as, in this story as a girl, I don't think you should really run with the girls, because it's not fair. And to keep it real, do you really think that transgenders that identify as boys will go out here and try to play football? No, because they know what it is. You're going to see them trying to play or do anything, play, run, whatever, with the boys. If you're a girl and you're transgender, identify as a boy, you think you're going to go out here and play boy sports, especially like football? You might get some that might try to play basketball, because that's a little bit less, less, I guess, contact-ish. Basketball still gonna be contact, but, a little bit less. They can try to be rough in a different way, but you're not gonna get them to play football. You're not gonna get them probably really to run track like that, because they know it is what it is. It's, they're not, we have like testosterone. So all that testosterone that's just in a boy, whether you work out or not, just what's in you versus what is in a girl, it's just not physically possible like that to really do a lot of stuff. You're not going to catch them to do wrestling or anything like that. So why I don't think it's okay to have a boy who's identifying as a girl, two of them at that, in a girls race. Let the girls run, because it's not fair. It's 9 times out of 10, not saying it's not a girl here that can beat a boy running or racing, because it's definitely possible, but just overall, especially if they're already athletes. Now, these are male athletes, if they're they're boys still, and they're athletes versus girl athletes, is really almost no way. It's almost 10 times out of 10 chance they're not going to win this race, or whoever, since it's two of them, whoever's last two to qualify, as instant this girl, aren't going to qualify. They aren't going to win, because they pretty much took it. They, to me, robbed her of it. So I think she does have a case, in a point of, maybe they should have like their own, since it's starting to become a big thing and a known thing and a whole rights thing and everything like that. How you have like the the gay pride stuff going on, which is all cool. It's all fine. So since you try to make everything recognized and equal rights and shit like that, what's wrong if you guys have your own race? I mean, if boys and girls and ones who identify and are boys and girls have their own race, what's wrong with transgenders? Since you identify yourself as a transgender, one way or another. So what's wrong? They have their own races or their own sports or whatever like that. I think that's what it should come down to, whether you're young, older, even if they have it like in the Olympics or something like that. I don't see anything wrong with that. So I think it's something. That should be talked about more. Probably something that should be, recognized. But when it comes down to it, I don't know. I don't think that really was fair too much. Now, if they are gonna have people, or I don't want to say people, put about it like that, but if you are gonna have transgenders run with whatever they identify or play with whatever they identify, then I mean, maybe it's kind of messed up. Maybe that's where the rights and stuff like this come into play, but maybe they should have to show or prove something that, their levels match with who they're with. Like, I'm sure these boys right here, because they identify as girls, I'm pretty sure they probably take in, estrogen stuff and stuff like that. But, how much are they taking? I'm pretty sure I'm looking at them. They are built still as boys, like physical features and stuff like that, looking at their arms and stuff like that. So they still have plenty of testosterone in them. If they can somehow show and prove that they're more of what they're claiming that they identify as, then maybe. So maybe it should be like a little asterisk mark next to it, and maybe some type of stipulation, and vice versa also. But like I said, you're not gonna really get too much girls who are saying they boys and trying to do certain stuff, and I'm pretty sure that wouldn't even be allowed anyway. I'm sure that would probably definitely be uproar. So, to me, it's just another thing that, they out here fucking with women over with, it's kind of messed up. I think it's, it's just a lot of things going on out here. I don't think this is one thing that we need to be fucking paying attention to like that, but sadly, it's a story and it's something that we are paying attention to, but to stay on the things that's going on out here, I guess, in the gay world. So everybody know this little Nas X guy. So with the Old Town Road song, the one he has with Billy Cyrus, so country song. So it's a country / rap song or rap country song, if that is a fucking genre, rap country or whatever. But if it is, that's pretty sure that's what it is. So this cat comes out as gay and had the nerve to say that I don't have nothing against it, is what it is. But he had the nerve to say, "Oh, I thought I made it obvious." Bitch, what? Made what obvious? I mean, of course you got people out here who just say or come up with anything and say, "Oh, that's gay, oh, that's gay, oh, that's gay." But who really heard this song and thought like, "Oh, well, you really think about it, man, that's just gay as hell." Man, now nobody. Come on. So, I don't think he necessarily was talking about this song coming out as being gay or something like that, but I think he has another song called Closure that's new or something like that, and I think that's the song that it was like his coming out song or something like that. I ain't listening to it. I'm just looking at like reading lyrics right now, and even still, some artists, when they come out in trouble or something's wrong, something's bothering them, sometimes you can listen to lyrics and think like, is this person trying to say something, or you're not sure? Like sometimes it's still not as clear, and I'm reading the lyrics. To me, it still doesn't come out as, "Oh, I think this dude's gay." You know what I mean? I think that's where it came out as, he put a tweet out after the song and something like that with some rainbows or something shit like that, saying, "Oh, I thought it made it obvious." He said it like on the last day of the gay pride shit, and I don't know, like, dude, I'm not saying nobody don't care. I mean, I personally don't. I mean, it is what it is, but just don't say, "Oh, I thought it made it obvious." Maybe you should have came out with it in the first place, or maybe had reason not to come out with it in the first place. Like you got the boy Frank Ocean when he came out with with his album. I'm not sure if it's called Orange or something. I think the album cover was orange, or it was something. I pretty much want to say his last album that he came out with, because nobody's heard from him since it came out. I'm not sure if he was getting a lot of press or a lot of play over this new album, but I think that's one of the reasons why it came out also. I'm pretty sure of it. Pretty sure. And I think this is the same way. Even though this guy's getting all the press, making plenty of money, stuff like that, and all this other shit. I don't know if this was really press related. If it was press related, I don't think he needed it. But either way, I just think it's funny. A lot of memes and stuff is out here. People listen to the goddamn country song, the Old Town Road song, and people listen to the chorus. Everybody, like racking their brain around, like, oh damn, made it do this, gay as fuck, listening to it. And yeah, of course, after you say he's gay, you start really listening to shit, be like, damn, this dude gay as fuck. I said, this song, gay as shit. I was talking about riding some shit. What the fuck, nigga? Nah, I don't really think of that. I don't think he really made that song in that way, but it still makes this shit funny. But either way, man, dude, do you? I mean, I guess it's really gonna come out since you came out this early. I mean, to me, I would have personally just waited, or somebody would have just put me on blast, because I wouldn't have came out, at least not this early, about what's going on with me, my personal life. Either would have came out in the beginning, and it would have been a known thing as soon as that song came out, and I knew where I standed, or I wouldn't have said nothing for a long time, and somebody would have like outed me, for some money from TMZ or some shit, because I don't think I would have said that now. I don't know, maybe, I think he's with Columbia, maybe he did some numbers, and maybe he's looking like, he's big now, maybe he's going to end up fading off, which I don't think he would have became nobody like big and had like fucking 8 albums. I don't think that would have happened. You're not getting a lot of people out here nowadays anyway that's doing that. But hey, man, whatever works for you, wherever floats your boat, don't really matter to me. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it here, you guys. Once again, you can find me on YouTube and Instagram. You won't say it, I will. You can find me on Twitter, YWSIIW Podcast, and you can find me on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. You won't say it, I will. Everything, all my past stuff should still be up. Give it a try. Definitely on YouTube. Go on there, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And it's your host Ron C, and this is the You Won't Say It, I Will podcast. Everybody have a good 4th.